Thank you, my guardian angel, for keeping me safe, and thank you for looking after me. This affirmation is mine, and it took me a long while to arrive at. I knew what I wanted to say almost immediately. Getting it to sit right in my mouth was another matter entirely. I moved the words around for weeks. I tried it shorter. I tried it with "please" in there somewhere, and took it straight back out again, because asking felt wrong when so much had already been given. At one point, I had the two halves the other way round, and it sounded like a list rather than something spoken to someone I love. I said each version aloud in the mornings and waited to see how it landed. Then one morning, it came out exactly as you read it now, and I stopped changing it. This is worth pausing on because it applies to every affirmation in this book. Some came to me from named teachers whose work I've read for years. Others reached me through a video, a conversation, a page I no longer remember, carried along by so many people that whoever first spoke them has long since disappeared behind them. And a handful, like this one, I built myself. Words belonging to someone else arrive shaped by someone else's life. Their rhythm, their vocabulary, their circumstances, their way of speaking. Repeat them exactly as written, and part of you stays outside the sentence, listening politely rather than meaning it. Your subconscious mind notices the gap. It always does. So take any affirmation here and make it yours. Change a word. Reverse the order. Swap money for abundance if abundance sits closer to how you think. Add my family if your family belongs in there. Cut anything landing awkwardly on your tongue. Say each version out loud over several mornings and pay attention to your own body because the right wording announces itself. Something settles in your chest. The sentence stops sounding like a quotation and starts sounding like you. That moment is the whole point. An affirmation works when you believe it, and belief arrives far more easily in your own voice. There's an old tradition behind mine. Believers have been thanking their guardian angels for hundreds of years, and the prayers which survive from those centuries are long and formal, full of beautiful phrases about a most faithful companion appointed to watch over us. Lovely to read, and far too much to speak in the moment before your feet touch the floor. I kept the gratitude and let the rest go, and what I ended up with is 17 words. 2 thank yous, doing 2 different jobs. The first one looks back. Thank you for keeping me safe covers every road I drove without incident, every illness which passed me by, every near miss I never knew about because it was handled before I noticed. Most protection works invisibly. We only ever see the accidents which happened, never the ones quietly prevented, and this affirmation acknowledges the whole hidden half of a life. The second one lives in the present. Thank you for looking after me is happening now, this morning, while I speak the words with my feet still under the duvet. Ongoing care rather than a single rescue. What matters most is who I'm speaking to. I address my guardian angel directly, the way I'd speak to someone sitting across the kitchen table. There's a word for what grows when you thank a person every single day for looking after you. It's love. And love deepens both sides of any arrangement. Psalm 91:11 puts it plainly. He will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. All of them, the dangerous ones and the ordinary ones. The command was given long before any of us noticed the guarding, which is exactly why gratitude sits better here than a request. On Sunday the 4th of August, 2013, a 19-year-old student called Katie Lentz was driving along Highway 19 near Center, Missouri, when a car crossed the center line and hit hers head-on. She was pinned between the steering wheel and her seat, with both legs crushed. Crews from 4 separate departments worked the wreck, and their extraction equipment kept failing. Her blood pressure was falling. The fire chief later admitted he expected her to die at the scene. Katie asked everyone around her to pray out loud. A priest walked up behind the police line carrying anointing oil. Nobody saw a vehicle arrive. He anointed her, absolved her, and at her request, prayed for the pain in her leg to ease. Fire Chief Raymond Reed described a calm settling over the entire scene. Fresh equipment arrived from a neighboring county and worked first time. Katie was cut free and airlifted to hospital, and by then the priest had gone. More than 70 photographs were taken at the crash site, and he appeared in none of them. 9 days later, Father Patrick Dowling of the Diocese of Jefferson City quietly identified himself in a comment on a Catholic news website. He'd been driving between mass assignments because another priest had called in sick. He'd asked the sheriff's permission before approaching. He accepted no credit at all, saying only the Most High answered their prayers, and he was part of the answer, but only part. Katie met him on her 20th birthday, standing with a walker, and thanked him for being there. Here's the beautiful thing about her story. The mystery got solved. The priest was flesh and blood, driving an ordinary car on an ordinary Sunday morning, covering for a colleague with a cold. The timing was still impossible. Your guardian angel arrives in whatever form the moment requires. Sometimes it looks like a neighbor knocking at precisely the right minute, a delayed train you grumbled about, a phone call which pulled you out of a room, a stranger who stopped when nobody else did. I thank mine every morning for keeping me safe, and I rarely see the mechanism working. Katie Lentz got to see hers, and even she needed 9 days and a national news story to understand what had happened around her. Say this one with warmth. Somebody has been looking after you for a very long time,